Mercedes Mone has done it again, and her haters are not going to like this. In today's video, we are going to be discussing what Mercedes Mone did. Because I think when we talk about Mercedes Mone, there's a few things you have to kind of keep in mind. And there's something in which you have to bring up and talk about. Because it's just on face value, a reality of the situation that we know of Mercedes Mone. First and foremost, she will hands down be one of the most controversial figures you will talk about. Don't care who you are, what kind of fan base you come from, what quote-unquote tribe you associate yourself with. Mercedes Mone is always controversial. The way that she has, the way she talks, the way she handles herself, conducts her business. There is one thing, though, that no one on this face of this planet can deny, and that is the in-ring ability of Mercedes Mone. Whether it's in WWE, New Japan, or AEW, Mercedes Mone on any given night can go out there and perform with the best of the best and put on some of the best matches you will ever see. Now, when it comes to character, when it comes to promos, when it comes to the ability to tell a story verbally, that is where things get controversial. That is where people think she's underrated, she's overrated, or she has the right amount of respect. That's what we talk about when we talk about Mercedes Mone. I don't know where you lie on the fence. I believe that Mercedes Mone is one of the best wrestlers in the world, but I think her Sasha Banks character is much more driven and much more focused on the ability to tell stories verbally with promos and segments. Now, when we talk about Mercedes Mone and what she did, it's pretty clear, cut, to the point. Mercedes Mone topped the 2025 PWI 250 list. What does that mean? That's a lot of fancy verbiage, but what does it mean there? Well, it means that according to this list, which is somewhat prestigious, Mercedes Mone is the best wrestler out of all female wrestlers going on in 2025. And honestly, I agree. I think that she is. Now, you can go down the list and you can look at who you think is the best female wrestler, okay, in 2025. Your definition of that is probably going to be different than mine. It's probably going to be different from most people because, well, we all have opinions. And you could say, well, she's added to the best female star in all of AEW. That's Toni Storm. I would agree with that. I think, though, Mercedes is actually a better wrestler than Toni Storm. When you go to WWE, look at how stacked their roster is. And you could say that there's stars out there that are bigger stars than Mone, that are better talkers than Mone. Perhaps you even think that they're better wrestlers than Mercedes Mone. You could be right. You could be wrong. It's opinionated. A lot of people think Io Sky is the best female wrestler on the planet. Some could say that Rhea Ripley is the best wrestler on the planet because of how over she is, right? But when we talk about the PWI 250 list, I think it's very, very important that we set a distinction, that there is a separation. When we talk about this list, and only this list, which is what this video is all about, it needs to be clarified that we're talking about the best wrestler on the planet. We're not talking about who's the most over, who's the best on the mic. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about who's the best in-ring wrestler on the planet that's a female. And you could say Io Sky, and you could say this name and that name. But to me, Mercedes Mone, you look at the body of work that she has done over the last 12 months. You look at the caliber of talent that she's worked with, both good and bad. You look at the consistency in which she has been able to deliver inside of the Swerve Circle. There is no one on the face of this planet who is a better female wrestler over the last 12 months than Mercedes Mone. Now, I'm not saying she has the best character. I'm not saying she's the most over. But in terms of pure in-ring ability, going out there, being able to deliver, I don't think there's anyone better than Mercedes Mone. Let me know down in the comments area below, do you agree with this take? you would agree with this list? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments area below. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more wrestling content.